Welcome to WCBN's broadcast of Michigan women's basketball. Here at Crisler Arena, I'm Emily Herrard as the Wolverines take on number 20 UCLA Bruins. This should be a good one as the Wolverines faced the Bruins last year in the WNIT semifinals, losing 69-65. The Wolverines are 7-1. The Bruins 4-2. The Bruins' two losses, though, came to two tough teams. Number 2, South Carolina. They only lost 68-65, and their second loss was to number 3, Notre Dame, a 92-84 loss. So the Bruins showing that they're a tough team that can hang with the best in women's basketball. A little bit about last year's matchup. Leading the Bruins, we had Carrie Corver, who scored 19 points, along with Jordan Canada, who scored 16. This year, Jordan Canada is leading the Bruins with averaging 19.2 points per game. So the Wolverines are going to have to implement their tough defense, which usually implies them playing full-court basketball. However, the Wolverines lost last weekend to Princeton, where they were unable to implement their tough press defense, and the only person on the Wolverines who was able to score was Caitlin Flaherty. She had 33 of the Wolverines' points. She, last year against the Bruins, did not have her greatest game. The Wolverines shot 38.5% from the field and 15.4% from the three-point line. So the Wolverines are going to look to shoot the ball better this year. And last year, 3 of their seniors were the 3 scoring leaders. We had Shannon Smith with 20, Nicole Emblad scored 16, and Zaisha Gorey had 11. Then Caitlin Flaherty scored 14. Besides that, there was not much production for the Wolverines, so it's going to be important that the bench and the freshmen step it up today for the Wolverines if they want to hang in with the UCLA Bruins. Starting for the Bruins, we have Carrie Corver, number 3, Jordan Canada, number 10, Casey Swain, number 21, Nira Fields, and 25, Monique Billings. For the Wolverines, we have Jillian Dunstan, Caitlin Flaherty, Madison Rostovsky, Sierra Thompson, and Danielle Williams. We've got an inside scoop from Dalton Bataki that Hallie Thome, freshman, suffered a back injury while doing some sprints yesterday at practice, so she's probably going to go a little easy today. We don't want her to get injured, but that will be important to see if she's able to put some baskets in for the Wolverines if she does get some playing time. So now the game's about to get started. The Wolverines in Mays today, as we have a great crowd in Crisler. They're on their feet, ready for the game to get started. Last year, the UCLA Bruins were able to go to the finals, defeating West Virginia, and Jordan Canada was named the most valuable player of the tournament. So it'll be interesting to see how the Wolverines are able to guard her this afternoon. Excuse me, it looks like Hallie Thome will be starting the game, so the injury isn't as bad as we might have predicted at the beginning. We'll see if she's able to put up some strong minutes. Against Princeton, she had some difficulty finishing in the lane, but as a freshman, that's just something she has to work on. She has to come out tonight with confidence. So at half court, we have Hallie Thome against Casey Swain, ready for the tip-off. The ball is up, and Sierra Thompson is able to grab the ball. She has it for the Wolverines. Sierra Thompson on the right wing, guarded by Field. She kicks it up top to Flaherty, gets a screen from Thome. Flaherty pulls up, jumper, no good. Rebound, UCLA Billings. She passes it to Canada. Canada's going to drive. She kicks it to Casey Swain, who was blocked and out of bounds. Ball goes to Michigan. We have Jillian Dunstan who gives it to Sierra Thompson. They're facing some full court pressure from the Bruins. Jillian Dunstan kicks it to Sierra Thompson, who breaks the press. Danielle Williams. Then we have Flaherty for a three, no good. Rebound pulled down by Canada. She's going to bring the ball up for the Bruins. She finds a cutting Swain, who catches it and puts it up for two. What a great finish by Swain. The Bruins now lead 2-0. The Wolverines trying to break this press again. Sierra Thompson kicks it to Jillian Dunstan, who's going to dribble all the way up the court. She's going to keep going. She's going to go up for the layup. That rattles out, but rebound Thumb. She puts it up, no good. Rebound Billings. The other way, the Bruins. She slows it down, gives it up top to Canada. Canada calling for a play. She hands it off to Fields. Up top, Corver, long three, and she is fouled by Danielle Williams. And she's going to get 3 shots at the line. Danielle Williams, a junior, is playing her twin sister today, Dominique Williams, who is not out on the court right now. So the score is 2-0 with 8:38 in the first quarter. We have Carrie Corver on the line. She hits the first of 3. The second shot is good as well. Into the game now for UCLA is number 24, Paulina Hurstler. Now Paulina Hurstler is in the game for UCLA, going in for number 10, Casey Swain. The third shot's no good. And as UCLA battles for the rebound, it goes out of bounds, and the Wolverines will get that. Jillian Dunstan inbounds it to Sierra Thompson. Sierra Thompson back to Dunstan, to Danielle Williams on the right wing. Up top, Dunstan. Dunstan up top, Sierra Thompson. She's going to get a screen from Dunstan. Then finds cutting Flaherty up top. 7 seconds to go. Flaherty's going to have to make some offense. She drives the lane. She is double teamed. She goes up for the layup, and it is jump ball forced by Nira Fields. And the possession arrow is in favor of the Bruins. So now Jordan Canada brings the ball up. She is met by Sierra Thompson. She hands it off to Nira Fields. Nira is going to drive. She meets 4 Wolverines. She puts up a shot that misses, but rebound by UCLA. Second chance, no good. Fast break to Flaherty, who misses the layup. She went a little too quickly on that one. Now we have Canada going the other way. Crossover. She kicks it to Corver, who puts up a long 3, and that goes in. Corver has 5 on the afternoon. Now Jillian Dunstan pushing the ball up quickly, breaking the press. She finds Danielle Williams on the right wing. Now up top, Sierra Thompson. She's going to slow it down. It is 7-0 as Sierra Thompson drives the lane, and she is fouled. It looks like the foul was before the shot, so Danielle Williams will inbound the ball beneath the Wolverines basket. Wolverines struggling to get open, but the ball is now into Caitlin Flaherty up top. She finds Thompson. Thompson kicks it to Jillian Dunstan. Left wing, Flaherty. Flaherty's going to drive baseline. She goes up. That rattles in, and that's the first basket for the Wolverines. 7-2. Canada, she's going to drive. She kicks it out to Fields. Wide open corner 3, but she airballs it, and there's a battle for the rebound. Foul on Carrie Corver, and the Wolverines get the ball back. Madison Rostovsky has now checked in for Danielle Williams. And Sierra Thompson up top, guarded closely by Canada. She's going to drive right wing. Finds Rostovsky up top. Rostovsky back to Sierra Thompson on the left wing. She gets the screen from Thome, but nothing going there. Up top, Flaherty. She drives, gets past two UCLA defenders. She puts it up, and that's good. Flaherty has all of the Wolverines points with 4, 7-4. Bruins lead. Canada up top to Crisler. Long three by Corver. She falls down. Three, no good. Madison Rostovsky with the rebound. She kicks it up to Flaherty. Flaherty is fouled on the floor by Carrie Corver, and it looks like there might be some aggressive defense being played between Flaherty and Corver. She gave her a little push at the end of that play. The refs are going to just let them play. We have Sierra Thompson under the basket ready to inbounds the ball as number 21, Nira Fields, comes in for Carrie Corver, who has 2 fouls. Thompson, she gets the ball to Flaherty, who is knocked down by UCLA, and the ball's going the other way. Now it's a jump ball. Michigan keeps it, but that was a sloppy inbounds pass by Sierra Thompson, who couldn't find anyone open, and Flaherty wasn't very aware of the defenders on that situation. But the Wolverines have another chance as Sierra Thompson drives, kicks it to Rostovsky in the corner. She puts up a jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Canada. She's going to push it all the way down. She's faced by 2 Wolverine defenders. She kicks it out to Swain. Swain puts up a nice elbow jumper that drops. 9-4 Bruins lead. Flaherty on the left wing. She finds Thome down low, but she's triple teamed and the ball's on the floor. We have another jump ball, and this time it will go to UCLA.
Checking in now for UCLA is number 11, Lajane Drummer.
Now Canada with the ball. She hands it off to Nira Fields. Up top. Down low to Swain. She puts up the basket. That is no good, and there's going to be a charge called on her. The Michigan bench jumped up for that one. Excuse me, that foul was on Drummer of UCLA. Now Sierra Thompson leading the Wolverines. She drives, kicks it out to Flaherty on the right wing. Flaherty picks up her dribble, gives it to Jillian Dunston. Dunston on top of the key. Now Madison Rostovsky left wing. She tries to make a move to the basket. She finds Thome down low. Thome puts up a reverse layup. That one rattles in. That's got to feel good for the freshman, Hallie Thome. It is 9-6 Bruins lead. Jordan Canada kicks it to Drummer. Then Hayes falls on the ground. The ball rolls off of a Wolverine, so the Bruins will keep the ball. There's a timeout on the court. UCLA leads 9-6 with 4:34 to go in the first quarter, and the Wolverines are hanging in there despite not having the greatest offense. On the other side, Jordan Canada, who usually leads the Bruins with 19.2 points per game, has 0, but Carrie Corver has stepped up. She has 5 points, along with Billings, who is rebounding well with 3 rebounds. Neither team shooting the ball too well. UCLA 38%, Michigan 33%. Michigan has only attempted 1 3, and that was a miss. So we'll see if the Wolverines can get their offense on track a little bit. They're going to have to slow the ball down, work it around the perimeter, looking down low to Hallie Thome. It's a relief that she is able to play today. And they also need to work on their defensive pressure. The Bruins have been excellent so far on defense. They're implementing full court pressure on the Wolverines, but they've been able to break it a little bit. So I'm bet right now in the huddle, Kim Barnes-Arico is telling her Wolverines that they need to relax, that they are in this game. They just need to play their basketball, and they'll be able to stick with the Bruins.
10 seconds. Come on, let's cheer for Lily, everybody. Looks like Christmas Lily, not Easter Lily.
As I said earlier, we have a good crowd here in Crisler. It is Girl Scouts and Veterans Day. Everyone has little maize pom-poms, and they're excited to cheer on the Wolverines. The Wolverines are 7-1, 6-0 at home. They really like to play at Crisler, and so far they have converted on their home court, which is always important. Soon the Wolverines will be starting their Big Ten play that starts December 31st. On January 3rd, they play Indiana. Their first home Big Ten game is against Iowa, January 7th. One interesting thing is the Wolverines only play Michigan State once, and that's away at the Crisler Center, so that will be tough. But they were able to beat Michigan State in their 2 meetings in the regular season last year. The ball is now back in play for the Bruins. We have Fields, who drives baseline, kicks it back out to Drummer. Up top, Jordan Canada, guarded by Thompson. She has 5 seconds to shoot. She puts up a 3. That is an air ball. That goes out of bounds. Ball to Michigan. The ref's waiting for the cameraman to get out of the way. And now we have Madison Rostovsky. Finds Sierra Thompson. Again, Bruins pressing. But Madison Rostovsky is able to break the press, and she's going to drive all the way, but she kicks it out to freshman Nicole Munger, who hits the 3 fresh off the bench. Nicole Munger ties the game at 9. The Bruins charging the other way, but the ball goes out of bounds off the Wolverines, so UCLA will have a chance to set it up on their end of the floor. We have Billings inbounds the ball to Swain. Now Fields puts up the jumper. No good. Rebound goes to Madison Rostovsky. She's going to bring the ball up for the Wolverines. She looks to Munger on the left wing, but Burke for UCLA tips it out of bounds. Now we have Flaherty to inbound the ball from the sideline. She finds Sierra Thompson, guarded by Jordan Canada. Thompson to Munger, down low to Thome. Thome to Sierra Thompson. Rostovsky in the corner, back to Thome on the foul line. She drives the basket, but she is blocked. And now we have Fields going the other way for UCLA. She breaks through 2 Wolverines defenders, goes up for the layup, and that's good. 11-9. She went right through Sierra Thompson and Caitlin Flaherty. Great move, but now we have Rostovsky, who finds a wide open Thome. She puts the layup in. Great way to break the press and find an open Thome on the block. The score is tied again at 11. Jordan Canada facing a little Wolverine pressure. And now number 22, Drummer, is going to be, Burke is going to be called for the charge. The Wolverines are so good at putting themselves in the right position and sacrificing their body to take the charge. Now Sierra Thompson and Madison Rostovsky will sit down as Kelsey Mitchell and Boogie Brzezowski will enter the game. Boogie at point. She gives it to Flaherty. Now down low, Kelsey Mitchell. Boogie tries to pass it to Flaherty, but it is stolen by Fields, who takes it all the way back to the other end. Give her to 13-11 Bruins lead. Now Flaherty up top to Danielle Williams. Munger for 3. That one doesn't drop. Rebound to Jordan Canada. She tries to get it to her teammate up court, but it is tapped by Boogie, stolen by Munger, and then we have UCLA who just charges into Boogie Brzezowski down under the basket, and she's shaken up a little bit, but her teammates are going to help her up. Looks like that foul is either on Canada or Hayes. It was hard to tell because there was lots of blue down low as Boogie was pushed to the ground. The Wolverines are in the bonus, so that means Boogie will get 2 shots at the line. There is some confusion right now as the refs are talking to UCLA's coach. So the foul was called on number 25, Monique Billings. That'll be her first, team 5th. Boogie's first shot is up and in. Pulls the Wolverines within 1 with 2 minutes to go in the first. Her second one is good as well. Tied ball game at 13. Jordan Canada facing some Nicole Munger pressure. They get it across half court. And there's going to be a foul on Caitlin Flaherty. That will be her first foul. Now we have Nira Fields inbounding the ball. She gets it into Jordan Canada. She gives it back to Fields, left wing. She pulls up for a jumper. No good. Rebound by Kelsey Mitchell, who outlets it to Flaherty. Flaherty's going to drive, but she has it stolen by UCLA, who drives all the way. And there's going to be a foul call, double team, as it looks like Burke had the ball down low. The crowd wants a travel. She was moving her feet a little bit, but the foul came first. That will be the team's 3rd foul, so 2 more before the bonus. UCLA inbounds it into Field, who puts up a layup. That goes in. 15-13 Bruins. Boogie up top. She gives it to Munger on the right wing. Munger up top, Flaherty. Boogie left wing. Gives it down low to Danielle Williams, who finds a cutting Kelsey Mitchell, who puts up the layup. That goes in. The game is tied once again at 15. UCLA trying to break the Wolverine press, and it is stolen by Danielle Williams, who finds Nicole Munger. Munger drives baseline, reverse layup. That one goes in. Wolverines take the lead, 17-15. UCLA, Jordan Canada pushing the ball down the court. She is guarded by 4 Wolverines, and there's going to be a foul as she falls to the ground. That foul is on Boogie Brzezowski, her 2nd foul. So she's going to go to the bench. Sierra Thompson comes in along with Madison Rostovsky, Hallie Thome. We have Burke to inbounds the ball for UCLA. She finds Canada, left corner, down low to Billings. Billings, nice spin move in the post, and she gets a layup. Sierra Thompson for the Wolverines. She finds Madison Rostovsky. Up top, Munger. Right wing, Sierra Thompson. Now we have Jillian Dunstan, who finds Nicole Munger in the corner for 2, 19-17 with 10 seconds to go in the first. UCLA Fields is going to drive. She finds her teammate Burke in the corner. She puts up a 3, no good. Rebound by Thome. And that will be the end of the first quarter. some exciting action as the Wolverines are able to take the lead 19-17. And that's just one thing the Wolverines have been able to do this season is play great team basketball. The Wolverines have spread the wealth. Brzezowski has 2 points. Kelsey Mitchell off the bench also has 2 points. Starters, Hallie Thome with 4. But then Nicole Munger, freshman off the bench, she has scored 7 points, 3 for 4, and she is leading the Wolverines defense. She's always on the top of that. And that's one thing that Kim Barnes-Arico can always rely on is her freshmen coming off the bench and just providing energy. And that's important in a game like this. The Wolverines are only going to win it if they are able to out-hustle the Bruins. On the other side, Carrie Corver has 5 points. She hasn't seen a lot of playing time as she has 2 fouls. Jordan Canada has been held to 0 points. So that's a good job by the Wolverines to shut down UCLA's top scorer. Both teams are shooting the ball a little better now. Michigan 50%, UCLA 44. Michigan is 1 for 3 from long range, and that's something that they rely on well. So it will be important to see if the Wolverines are able to shoot the 3 better, especially better than they did last year against the Bruins. Another important number to mention is 11 bench points for the Wolverines to UCLA's 0. And that, like I said earlier, is just an important piece of this Wolverines team is their bench play. And it has been a battle of the boards so far. No real winner with that. Wolverines 8, UCLA 7. We have some tall players for UCLA. Monique Billings at 6'4", and Drummer at 6'1". On the other side, freshman Hallie Thome is 6'5". She has pulled down 3 rebounds, as well as Billings, who has pulled down 3 rebounds. So it looks like Hallie Thome's back isn't bothering her too much this afternoon. It looks like they're ready to play again. And the Wolverines will start this quarter with the ball. Jillian Dunstan passes it into Sierra Thompson. Also on the court is Caitlin Flaherty, Hallie Thome, and Madison Rostovsky. Rostovsky finds Thome down low. She puts up a layup. She is not able to finish, and it is rebound Billings. Kicks it up to Burke. And then back to Billings for the layup. Score is tied at 19. Sierra Thompson up top. She finds Rostovsky in the corner. She's going to drive. She stops, looks for cutting Jillian Dunstan, but it is stolen by Swain. Up top, Jordan Canada. She slows it down for the Bruins. She hands it off. Now up top, Fields. Fields to Swain. Guarded by Thome. Billings puts up a jumper in the lane, no good. Rebound is tapped to Sierra Thompson, who finds Rostovsky. Rostovsky right wing. Now to Jillian Dunstan for the jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Burke. Burke finds Swain down low, almost tapped away by Jillian Dunstan, but is controlled up top by Jordan Canada. She's directing her teammates. She dribbles to the left wing, guarded by Sierra Thompson, finds Billings down low, guarded by Dunstan. Turnaround jumper, that's good by Billings. And the Bruins lead 21-19. Rostovsky up top to Flaherty. Sierra Thompson left wing. She drives baseline. She goes up. She is met by Burke, who blocks it. Jordan Canada going all the way. She dumps it to Fields, who misses the layup. And now there's a fight for the rebound, and it goes to the Wolverines. Flaherty, she's going to pull up for a jumper at the elbow. That's good. 21-21 with 7:48 to go in the second quarter. Now we have Swain, who kicks it to Fields. She's going to drive. She is met by Thome and Rostovsky. That's no good. Flaherty driving the other way against Canada. She pulls up for two. No good. Rebound goes to UCLA. Canada pushing the ball. She throws it across the court to Burke, who puts up a shot. No good. Rebound, Sierra Thompson. Thompson pulls up for a jumper. Top of the key, no good. The ball bounces out of bounds, and it will go to UCLA. There's now some substitutions. Danielle Williams and Maria Backman come in for Madison Rostovsky and Jillian Dunstan for the Wolverines. Maria Backman looks like she's going to lead a little full court pressure by the Wolverines. Jordan Canada picks up her dribble, gives it to Billings. Billings to Burke, who drives baseline, who finds Carrie Corver. Now back up top to Canada. Down low, Billings. Nice spin move. A jumper down low by Billings. She has some good post moves. Now the Bruins lead 23-21. Sierra Thompson up top to Flaherty. Back to Thompson. She puts up the three. That's no good. Rebound by Maria Backman, who is pushed down on that rebound. There's going to be a foul on Monique Billings.
Also back in the game for UCLA is number 10, Casey Swain.
So now we have Danielle Williams, who gives the ball to Flaherty, who puts up a three. That one's no good. Rebound is going to go to the Wolverines, Sierra Thompson. But they're going to call an over and back after a scramble for the rebound. It looked like it was tipped off UCLA, but they're going to say that the ball went off Danielle Williams into the backcourt. So when Sierra Thompson grabbed it, it was over and back. So now we have Burke up top for the Bruins. She gives it to Swain. Swain to Corver. Down low is stolen by Sierra Thompson. She's going to bring it all the way down against two Bruins. Little sidestep, no good layup. Rebound goes to Burke. Then now Hayes down low to Drummer. Drummer puts it up, no good. Rebound goes to Swain, who puts it up herself, and that is through. The Bruins now have a 4-point lead, 25-21. Sierra Thompson to Danielle Williams. Up top to Flaherty. Back to Williams. She's looking to give it to Thome. Down low, Thome. She puts up a hook shot. That rattles in. That will be 6 for Thome. Now UCLA trying to run a fast break, but Kelly Hayes will be called for traveling, so the Wolverines get the ball back. Danielle Williams up top for the Wolverines, facing a 3-2 zone. Now Danielle Williams finds Maria Backman. Cross-court pass to Sierra Thompson. Down low to Backman, who finds a wide open cutting Thome, and that is a good for 2. Thome now has 10. Excuse me, she has 8, but the Wolverines are able to force a turnover, and there is a timeout as the score is tied 25 with 4:36 to go. It's been a back and forth game, and UCLA realizes that the momentum is now in the Wolverines' favor and they need to call timeout, slow it down a little bit, and work on breaking this Wolverines press and trap. As I said, freshman Hallie Thome has 8 points, shooting 4 for 7 and 5 rebounds, so any back problems aren't bothering her too much right now. On the other end, leading UCLA is Monique Billings. She also has 8 points and 5 rebounds, so it's been a battle of the bigs this afternoon. And Billings, we've seen her with some nice post moves. She just spins and has a nice turnaround jumper. She almost looks like a retro basketball player out there. She is wearing some shorter shorts than the rest of the girls. The Wolverines and UCLA are still struggling from 3. The Bruins shooting 17% from long range, the Wolverines 20%. And it is still a battle of the boards, each team pulling down 15. So the keys to this game will be to see who can stay the toughest, the longest on defense, down low, and grabbing the boards. But the fans are loving the fact that they have a competitive game to watch today. The Wolverines fight to stay undefeated at home. If we have any Lions fans listening, they are down 7-0 at halftime to the St. Louis Rams. So the Lions, though their season is essentially over, but they go out and try to win each Sunday despite the odds and refs against them. But now back to basketball as UCLA and the Wolverines come back onto the court. UCLA, we have Kennedy Burke, Swain, Jordan Canada, Drummer, and Hayes on the court. They are in a 2-3 zone as Sierra Thompson brings the ball up. Flaherty facing a trap up top, but she finds Maria Backman to Munger. Munger up top, Sierra Thompson. Down low to Thome, who's open, and she is fouled. Count it, 27-25 Wolverines. And any problems finishing down low last weekend against Princeton isn't bothering freshman Hallie Thome this afternoon, which is always good to see because freshmen can get a little shaken up after a bad performance, but she realizes that not every night will be her night. But today she is looking strong with 11 points as she makes her free throw. 28-25. Hallie Thome will now sit down. We have Jillian Dunston in the game. Wolverines with their 1-2-2 press. Jordan Canada is going to face Nicole Munger. Canada to Hayes. Hayes to Swain. Now Corver in the corner for 3. She puts that in. That's good. She now has 8. Sierra Thompson to Nicole Munger in the corner. She finds Jillian Dunston on top of the key. Dunston facing pressure by Corver and Canada. Now Flaherty to Munger. Sierra Thompson in the corner, and there's a scramble for the ball. Now Dunston gives it to Sierra Thompson. Cutting Maria Backman gets the pass, but she's unable to make her layup. Scramble for the ball again, and it's going to be called a kickball on Maria Backman, so the ball goes to UCLA. Jordan Canada slowly bringing the ball up. She kicks it to Swain, who tries to find Fields, but the pass was just too long and it goes out of bounds. Hallie Thome is now back in the game for Maria Backman. Sierra Thompson brings the ball across the timeline. She gives it to Munger. Now up top, Flaherty finds Jillian Dunstan on the foul line. She's going to drive the basket. Her layup attempt is no good. Now Jordan Canada pushing the ball all the way down the court, and it is blocked by Caitlin Flaherty. The ball will stay with the Bruins. Corver passes it into Jordan Canada. Back up top to Corver, who puts up a long three, and that is in. Corver is connected on 2 from long range, and she now has 11. UCLA leads 31-28. Sierra Thompson kicks it up top to Flaherty. Jillian Dunstan finds a cutting Thome down low, but she's unable to convert on the layup. Rebound to UCLA. Now Fields drives the basket, and that is good. Now the game swinging towards the Bruins, and they lead 33-28 as Kim Barnes-Arico decides to call a timeout with 2:31 to go in the half. As I said, anytime one team starts to take the lead, the other coach realizes it's time for a timeout, and the momentum seems to switch back the other way again. But right now, UCLA has made 4 of their last 4 shots. They're on an 8-0 run over the past minute 31, so that was a good timeout by Kim Barnes-Arico. As Madison Rostovsky will check in for the Wolverines. We have Sierra Thompson directing the offense. She's going to drive baseline. She finds Nicole Munger in the right corner. She puts up a 3, no good. Rebound, Jordan Canada. She's going to drive all the way, and she kicks it out to Fields, who puts up a 3. That one's no good. Rebound, Jordan Canada. She's all over the place. She gets her own rebound, and she is fouled by Thome. The shot is no good, but she will go to the line for 2.
Michigan foul, number 30, Hallie Thome. That's her first.
That's only Thome's first foul, which is a relief for the Wolverines.
UCLA is number 3, Jordan Canada.
Canada's first shot is good. The lead is now 34-28 Bruins. The band singing "Oh Canada" as Jordan Canada puts up her second shot. That rattles out, and Carrie Corver is able to pull down the rebound though for the Bruins. Back to Canada, who gets past 3 Wolverine defenders, puts it up, no good. Tries to get her own rebound, but there's a jump ball, or excuse me, a foul, and the Wolverines will get possession. That foul was on Jordan Canada. That will be her first. Despite hearing her name often, Jordan Canada only has 1 point tonight. Now we have Sierra Thompson on the left wing. She's looking for an open teammate. She gets it down low to Hallie Thome, who's going to go for a reverse lefty layup, and that is good. And now we have Drummer going all the way for UCLA, but she misses her layup. Rebound by Thome. Sierra Thompson finds Madison Rostovsky. Gives it to Flaherty on the right wing. Flaherty, long 3. That's no good. Rebound pulled down by Fields. She's going to slow it up for the Bruins. Calling for a screen. She kicks it to the corner. To Burke. Burke now up top to Corver. Corver to Hersler, and the ball is thrown out of bounds in an attempt to get it back to Corver, and the Wolverines will get the ball back down 30 with 44 seconds to go in the half. Swain is now back in the game for Hersler. Sierra Thompson. At point, she gives it to Danielle Williams on the left wing. Williams finds Flaherty up top. Back to Sierra Thompson on the left wing. She's going to get a screen from Hallie Thome, but nothing going there. Another screen by Thome. Sierra Thompson gives it to Flaherty. Flaherty's going to drive. She needs to get a shot up. She tries to, but it is blocked by Swain. There's 1 second left on the shot clock and 14.9 to go in the half. Wolverines are going to have to inbounds the ball, and whoever gets it quickly trigger a shot. We have Danielle Williams ready to pass the ball in. She's looking. She finds open Flaherty, but the ball is tapped out of bounds, and it's a shot clock violation. UCLA, they're going to call a timeout with 13.9 to go in the half. They want one last shot as they lead 34-30. Will be important for the Wolverines to stop them on this possession so the Bruins don't go into halftime with too much momentum. Usual contributors for the Wolverines, Sierra Thompson and Caitlin Flaherty, have been scored that much. Flaherty only has 6 points on 3 for 10 shooting, 0 for 3 from the long range. And Sierra Thompson has 0 points. She's 0 for 4. But she has 3 rebounds and an assist. But the rest of the team is stepping up for the Wolverines, as Nicole Munger is now in the game with her full court pressure on Burke. She gets it across to Swain. Swain finds Corver in the corner. She has 3 seconds to put up a 3. She is blocked, and the Wolverines are able to stop the Bruins from scoring one more time in this half. So we will go into the half with the Bruins leading 34-30, and the Wolverines have to be happy with their performance so far. I'll be back for the second half of this broadcast in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to WCBN's broadcast of University of Michigan women's basketball here against UCLA Bruins. The Bruins lead 34-30 in what has been a back and forth game. And it has also been a battle of the freshmen on the Wolverines side. We have Hallie Thome, who has scored 13 points, and Nicole Munger off the bench, another freshman, who has scored 7 points. On the other end, the Bruins' leading scorer, Jordan Canada, has only 1 point, but she has led in other ways for her team, as she has 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Leading the Bruins, we have Carrie Corver, who has 11 points. She is 3 for 5 from long range. Besides her, though, no one else on the Bruins has made a three-pointer, and the Wolverines are only 1 for 7 from long range. The second half will be a good one as the Wolverines look to claw their way back into this game with tough defense and ball movement on offense. The second half is about to get started, and the Bruins will start the half with the ball. We have Nira Fields to inbound the ball for the Bruins with Carrie Corver. Now into Jordan Canada, who gives it up top to Corver. Now to Swain. Swain back up top to Corver. Jordan Canada with the ball left wing, guarded by Sierra Thompson. Now to the wing to Corver. Corver in the corner. She's facing pressure. She kicks it to Swain, back up top to Canada. Canada's going to drive against Dunstan and Thome. No good. Rebound, Danielle Williams behind her back. She now finds Sierra Thompson, who's going to drive. She finds a wide open Flaherty in the corner. That one goes. Flaherty now has 9. That's her first three-pointer of the game. Wolverines within 1. Down low to Billings. She puts up reverse layup, Good defense by the Wolverines, and there's going to be a jump ball possession arrow to the Wolverines. That was actually a foul on Casey Swain. Now Sierra Thompson guarded closely by Jordan Canada. She gives it to Danielle Williams up top. Back to Sierra Thompson on the left wing. She gets a screen from Thome. She puts up a jumper, and she gets her first basket of the night to fall. Sierra Thompson gives the Wolverines a 35-34 lead. Now Jordan Canada to Swain. Left wing to Corver. She is double teamed. Now wide open Swain puts up the jumper. No good. Rebound by Fields. Up top to Canada. Canada finds this cutting Swain, who gets the layup to drop. Now Sierra Thompson passes up to Danielle Williams, down low to Thome. Right hand hook, that drops. 15 points now for the freshman, and we have UCLA driving the ball all the way down there. Fouled, that would be Nira Fields. The layup is no good, but she will go to the line for 2. Wolverines lead 37-36. Fields' first shot is no good. She has 8 points tonight and 2 rebounds. Second shot is good. That will tie the game at 37. Sierra Thompson kicks it up to Flaherty, who's going to drive. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Billings. Kicks it up to Fields. Finds Corver for the elbow 3. And that falls. Corver leading the Bruins with 14. Now Sierra Thompson kicks it to Danielle Williams. Down low to Thome. Thome tries to put up a shot, and it is going to be blocked out of bounds by Billings. She didn't go up strong enough on that layup. Now we have Danielle Williams under the basket. She finds Flaherty in the corner. Flaherty gets open. Step back jumper. That rattles in and out. Rebound by Swain. And she's going to be called for a travel with some intense Wolverine defense as she pulls down that rebound. Now Paulina Hersler is back in the game for number 10, Swain, for the Bruins. Danielle Williams once again inbounding the ball. She gives it into Thome on top of the key. Thome dribbles it, loses control, and it is going to go the other way as Fields is fouled on the loose ball. That foul was on Flaherty. That will be her second foul. Up top, Jordan Canada. She picks up her dribble, finds Fields in the corner, guarded by Danielle Williams. Down low to Billings, double teamed. She kicks it out to Jordan Canada, who gets that 3 to fall. That will give her 4 tonight in a 43-37 Bruins lead. Now Sierra Thompson, she gives it to Danielle Williams. Danielle Williams drives. She tries to put up a shot, but it is blocked, but she gets the ball back. Gives it to Sierra Thompson, puts up a jumper on the right elbow. That one falls. Sierra Thompson has gotten 2 to drop this half. She now is 4. 43-39 as Canada tries to pass the ball down low, but it is bounced off of Sierra Thompson's foot. So Corver will now inbounds the ball for the Bruins as Madison Rostovsky checks in for Danielle Williams. Canada behind her back gets past Sierra Thompson and puts up a jumper that's good. 45-39 Bruins as Sierra Thompson brings the ball across the timeline. Rostovsky now on the left wing. She gets a screen from Thome. Now corner Sierra Thompson. She's going to drive baseline, kicks it to opposite corner to Rostovsky. Now up top Flaherty. She has 6 seconds to shoot. She gets a screen from Thome. She's going to drive all the way. She puts up the layup and that one falls. 11 for Flaherty. Now Corver corner for 3 that goes off the top of the backboard, but Jordan Canada is able to grab the miss, puts up a 3 of her own, no good. The rebound is off of the Wolverines, so UCLA will get another chance on offense. Casey Swain is now in the game for Monique Billings. Corver passes it in to Jordan Canada. Now to Hayes, down low to Swain. Shot by Hersler is good. 47-41. Flaherty left wing. Getting a screen from Thome. She's going to step back jumper from the left corner. That's good. Flaherty's found some rhythm now. She has 13 points. Wolverines only down by 4, 47-43. Corver for the Bruins. She gives it down low to Swain, who's going to get past her defender. Thome puts up a layup, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and she is fouled. Shot no good, but she will get two shots at the line. That is the Wolverines' 3rd team foul. The first attempt rattles in. So Swain now has 9 points as Boogie Brzezowski checks in for Sierra Thompson for the Wolverines. Swain's second shot is up and in. 49-43 Bruins. Boogie finds a cutting Thome. Great lob pass, great catch, and put in by Thome. That will give her 17. Down low, Swain. Now back up top to Herser. Corver on the left wing. She tries to pass to a cutting Swain, but is stolen by the Wolverines. Now it's back to the Bruins with number 23, Hayes, with the layup. Chaotic right there. The Bruins are able to get two. It is now 51-45. Madison Rostovsky. Now up top, Flaherty. Boogie Brzezowski now has the ball on the left wing. She's going to drive. She falls to the ground, and there's a pile up for the jump ball, and it will stay with the Wolverines. There's now a timeout on the court. The Wolverines are down 51-45 with 4:18 to go in the third. Freshman Hallie Thome is still the scoring leader for the Wolverines. She has 17 points to go with 7 rebounds, but she has 3 fouls, so she's going to have to be a little careful because the Wolverines will want her in for the rest of the game. Sophomore Caitlin Flaherty is starting to warm up a little bit. She has 13 points. She is 6 for 15, only 1 for 4 from long range. On the other side, leading the way is Carrie Corver with 14 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. After slow start, Jordan Canada now has 6 points, but she also has 8 rebounds and 6 assists. So she has been all over the court. She's very high energy for the Bruins, and that's what this game has been, high energy. Both teams shooting about the same, 44% for UCLA, 45% for Michigan. And UCLA now has the rebound advantage with 29 to the Wolverines 21. And a big part of that has to go to both Canada and Billings, who also has 6 rebounds. This is, again, a close game, just like the last year in the WNIT semifinals, which was a heartbreaking loss for the Wolverines, who lost by 4, as it was the last game for seniors Nicole Emblad, Shannon Smith, and Saisha Gori. They put their heart and soul into that game, leading the Wolverines, but it was not enough. See if the Wolverines can get some revenge this afternoon. They need to stay in the game, down by 6. They are now back on the court. Madison Rostovsky, Hallie Thome, Jillian Dunstan, Caitlin Flaherty, and Boogie Brzezowski getting ready to break the UCLA press. Rostovsky, excuse me, not press, but they get the ball into Hallie Thome, who tries to put up a layup, but she is fouled. Layup no good. Thome misses the first. Now Nicole Munger in the game for Jillian Dunstan. We'll see if she'll provide some energy, and usually when she comes in the game, that means they're going back to their press. Hallie Thome makes her second. That gives her 18, and yes, the Wolverines are in their press. Nicole Munger leading it. UCLA is able to break it, but it is stolen by Madison Rostovsky, who finds Flaherty wide open, long 3, but that rattles out. Rebound pulled down by UCLA Williams, and they are able to get a layup, and now they lead 53-46. Nicole Munger puts up a quick jumper. That one drops, and she quickly gets into the full court press set. Drummer breaks the press. Now Corver in the corner. Back up top, Burke. Now down low, Billings tries to get up a layup. She is fouled. Layup is no good. That's going to be a foul on Hallie Thome, and that is her fourth. A team fourth as well. One more, and UCLA will be in the bonus. The band waving their instruments, trying to distract Billings as she puts up her first shot, and that one is no good. Now Kelsey Mitchell will check in for Hallie Thome. Mitchell has 2 points and a rebound. Most importantly, she doesn't have any fouls. Billings makes her second. It is 54-48. Boogie Brzezowski runs the ball up the court for the Wolverines. The ball is stolen and taken back all the way by Kennedy Burke. Boogie Brzezowski was not being careful with the ball. She gives it up to Ristovsky. Ristovsky's going to drive, tries to find Kelsey Mitchell. Bad pass stolen by Billings. Billings is going to bring it all the way. Crafty footwork, and she is fouled by Boogie Brzezowski, so she will get 2 shots again. Wolverines need to be careful that they don't get too far out of this game as they're down 56-48. That was Boogie's third foul. Team fifth, so UCLA is now in the bonus. Billings' first shot is in. Sierra Thompson checks back in for Boogie. Billings' second shot is up and in. That will give her 11 and a 58-48 Bruins lead. Sierra Thompson calling for some offensive movement. She gives it to Ristovsky on the right wing. Ristovsky corner to Thompson. Thompson dribbles it back out. Gives it to Ristovsky in the corner. She puts up a long three, and that goes in. Ristovsky's first basket of the night. That was crucial to bring the Wolverines back within 7. UCLA trying to break the press. Jordan Canada passes it up to Drummer. Drummer is going to go all the way. Puts up a shot, no good, and on the rebound, she's going to be called for a foul over the back on Kelsey Mitchell, and the Wolverines will get the ball back with 2:14 to go in the third. Now, Swain is back in the game, checking in for Drummer. Up top, Nicole Munger. She passes the ball to Sierra Thompson, and it looked like it was knocked out of bounds by Jordan Canada, but they're going to say it was off the Wolverines. So Canada now facing some pressure from Munger. Also met by Sierra Thompson, but she passes it cross court. And there's going to be a charge called on Fields, who was going strong to the basket, but Kelsey Mitchell was able to put herself in the right position to draw the charge. The crowd was excited about that one. And Sierra Thompson at point for the Wolverines. She's going to try to get some offense flowing for the Wolverines. And up top, Flaherty. Flaherty's going to drive. Floater, no good. Rebound pulled down by Billings. Now all the way on the other end is Fields, who puts up a good transition layup. 60-51 Bruins. Sierra Thompson gets a screen from Ristovsky. Passes to a cutting Flaherty. Flaherty gives it back to Thompson. Ristovsky, right wing. She's looking for Kelsey Mitchell down low, and she throws the ball away to Jordan Canada, who has a great transition pass to Fields, who gets another basket. Fields now has 13, and the Bruins now lead 62-51, so Kim Barnes-Arico quickly calls a timeout. She realizes that her team is falling out of this game. And the Wolverines have had 4 turnovers in the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds, so they haven't been able to hold onto the ball very well. Now here at Crisler, trying to get into the holiday spirit, we have Sam Trammell on the big screen singing All I Want for Christmas. But leading the Wolverines still is Hallie Thome with 18 points, but she's on the bench with four fouls. It'll be interesting to see how long Kim Barnes-Arico will keep her there. Probably till she won't come back until late in the fourth. So other members of the Wolverines will have to step up on offense, including veterans Sierra Thompson and Caitlin Flaherty, along with Madison Rostovsky, who only has 3 points, along with Sierra Thompson with 4. But Rostovsky just hit a 3. Maybe that will get her in the groove. She's one of the Wolverines' strong 3-point shooters. But the Wolverines don't want to rely too heavily on the 3 ball. They want to make sure they're getting good offense, working the ball around, and making sure they're not turning the ball over. A lot of them haven't been forced turnovers. It's just some sloppy play. Boogie Brzezowski not protecting the ball up top, but that's a freshman thing. But then Madison Rostovsky just throwing the ball down low away to UCLA with no teammate in the near area, so that's something that Kim Barnes-Arico can't be happy with. The fans all up on their feet as Blues Brothers is being played by the band. The fans, they're excited. They're going to cheer on their Wolverines, try to get them back into the game. Now the action is returning to the court. And it will be Bruins ball, or excuse me, Wolverines ball. And Flaherty is now bringing the ball up for the Wolverines. See if she can create some offense. She gives it to Rostovsky, left wing. Rostovsky can't find an open teammate. She gets it down to Kelsey Mitchell, who puts up a strong hook shot with great defense by UCLA, but she's able to get that one to fall. 62-53 Wolverines with some intense defense, but UCLA is able to get it down low. Billings, but it's blocked by Kelsey Mitchell. It looked like almost a charge, but no call, and Fields is able to get the basket. Sierra Thompson to Danielle Williams. Now Rostovsky. Rostovsky's going to drive. She brings it back out. She looks for Kelsey Mitchell down low, who finds Danielle Williams, who puts up the jumper. That one goes in. Wolverines getting a little help on offense, and that will end the third quarter, 64-55. The Wolverines, that's a good way to end the quarter. They made 4 of their last 5, which is important considering they were falling behind with some turnovers. Now we have a superstar on the court. These inflatable animals dressed as players that do some funny things. We have Michael Jordan, a fish, out there. So Kim Barnes-Arico is going to tell her team that they need to make sure they work the ball around on offense as they have on the past possessions, and also play some strong defense. Then on the other end, UCLA, they're going to be looking to get the ball to Billings, who's had some good shots down low, along with Carrie Corver, who has 14 points on 4 for 7 shooting. And, of course, Jordan Canada will be handling the ball for the Bruins. Both teams still struggling from beyond the arc. UCLA shooting 36%, Michigan 30%. And UCLA is now dominating the boards with 33 rebounds to Michigan's 22. And recently in this third quarter, Nia Fields has scored a lot. She now has 15 points on 7 for 15 shooting, and she also has 3 rebounds and an assist. She had some good fast break points off those Wolverine turnovers. So that's something the Wolverines are definitely going to have to be careful about. And now the fourth quarter is about to start as the Bruins lead 64-55. Jordan Canada. She's up top, guarded by Rostovsky. Now corner. Those two Swain up top, Jordan. Now Burke for the 3. That's air ball, but it is rebound by Hayes. And then there's going to be a foul on the Wolverines. That is on Danielle Williams, and it was a shooting foul, so Billings is going to go to the line for 2. She makes her first. She's now 4 for 5 from the line with 12 points. Billings' second shot is up and in, giving the Bruins a 66-55 lead. Now Flaherty going the other way. She finds Sierra Thompson. Sierra Thompson just dribbling up top. Not much movement there for the Wolverines on offense. With 8 seconds to get a shot up is Kelsey Mitchell down low. She tries to bounce it to Danielle Williams, and it goes off UCLA, so they will get the ball back, but with only 5 seconds to shoot. Danielle Williams triggering the ball. She finds Sierra Thompson, goes baseline. She has nowhere to go, so she throws it away to Jordan Canada, who gives it to Fields, almost bounces it off her foot. Down low to Billings. Billings does dribble it off her foot. The Wolverines with a lucky break there, and they will get the ball back. Jillian Dunstan checks in the game for Danielle Williams. Now Sierra Thompson up top to Rostovsky, right wing. She's going to drive a little bit, spin move, kicks it out to Flaherty. Thought about the 3, but she's going to drive. She tries to kick it to Kelsey Mitchell, but that's stolen by Fields. Fields is going to go all the way. Acrobatic layup, but no good. Rebound pulled down by Jillian Dunstan, and there is a foul on Casey Swain. That's going to be our 3rd. Now, Hallie Thome is back in the game for Kelsey Mitchell. See if they can pass the ball down low to Thome. They've been having difficulties, the Wolverines, with post-entry passes. Sierra Thompson is waiting for Thome to post up. She gets it to her. She gets it up with 2 UCLA defenders on her, and she gets that one to drop. Now Jordan Canada going all the way for the layup, but she misses it. It's going to be a rebound pulled down by UCLA. And there was a timeout. There was a scramble for that rebound. It looked like the Wolverines might have gotten it, but UCLA was able to get away with that one. And the Wolverines are down by 9 with 8:14 to go in the game. And it is a good thing Hallie Thome is back in the game. She has 20 points and 7 rebounds, but she has 4 fouls, so she's going to have to be careful on defense. Her teammates are going to have to help her out. We can't see any open UCLA girls down low. Otherwise, Hallie Thome might go to help and be called for the foul.
Access the court from the stands in section 134 in the north, section 114 in the south. And the first 100 kids will take home a mini basketball. Don't forget the post-game free throws are presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan.
The band trying to get the crowd a little riled up as the Wolverines are trying to get back into this game. They're going to need everything, all the help that they can get, whether that be from the fans, from their big girl Hallie Thome, their sharpshooter Caitlin Flaherty, who has been pretty quiet since her couple baskets in the third quarter. She only has 13 points, and she's been the Wolverines' leading scorer against Princeton. She had 33, and she didn't get any help from her teammates. It seems like sometimes either Caitlin Flaherty's on and the rest of the team isn't, or she's off and the rest of the team is able to keep the Wolverines in the game. But one thing that would make the Wolverines explosive is if Flaherty was on fire and the rest of the team as well. So we'll see if the pressure of this game will either get her in to her shooting momentum or not. Sometimes Flaherty performs under pressure, but last year against UCLA, she did not shoot the ball well from the three-point range. And one thing she did as a freshman sometimes is she just kept shooting the three ball even though it wasn't going. So we don't want her to force any bad shots, but this year she has gotten better at creating her own offense off the dribble as well as setting up her teammates. So we'll see if she can bring some offensive leadership. But now UCLA has the ball under their own basket. They lead by 9. Hayes into Jordan Canada. Down low to Billings, who almost got a little alley-oop layup, but no good. Rebound Jillian Dunstan, who throws it to Flaherty. Flaherty to Rostovsky. Rostovsky is going to bring it out on the left wing. Gets it down to Hallie Thome, who gets the layup. But there is a foul. It's probably on the floor, so the basket won't count. That is correct. That is on Billings. Team second foul. Sierra Thompson looking. She gives it into Flaherty, who puts up a long three, and that one is good. It is now a 6-point game. Flaherty has 16. She might have heard me. And now up top, Jordan Canada, guarded by Jillian Dunstan. Now corner UCLA 3. That is good. Quick answer by Fields. Sierra Thompson. She's looking down low, but Thome isn't open. Now Flaherty. She's up top. She's going to drive. She's rejected by Billings, but it goes to Madison Rostovsky for a corner three, and that is good. The Wolverines might have woken up a little bit as they're now trying to get UCLA to scramble on offense, and they do. And now Jillian Dunstan with the steal. She's going to go all the way. She's blocked by Billings, out of bounds. She's looking for a foul. They're not going to call it, but the Wolverines get the ball back. And some good shooting in the last few minutes. The Wolverines are now only down by 6 with 7 minutes to go in the game. Here on offense, they're going to look to score again. Sierra Thompson gets it into Flaherty in the corner. She dumps it down low to Thome with lots of defenders hanging on her. She gets that basket to drop. 69-65. That was the score of their loss last year, but it's not over yet. The Wolverines on defense. Missed shot by UCLA. Pulled down by Thome. She gets it to cutting Sierra Thompson all the way. She's going to drive. She's going to be blocked by Jordan Canada. Canada going the other way. She pulls up for the jumper, and she is going to draw the foul on Caitlin Flaherty, who held her hands straight up, but there is some contact. That will be Flaherty's third foul.
At the line now to shoot two for UCLA is number 3, Jordan Canada.
And the first shot is up and in. 70-65 with 6:22 to go in the game. Canada's second shot is also good, giving the Bruins a 6-point lead. Madison Rostovsky on offense for the Wolverines. She picks up her dribble and gives it down low to Thome, who tries to give it back to Rostovsky, who is cutting to the basket. And they will keep the ball. Sierra Thompson triggering under her own basket. And looks like UCLA Fields falls to the ground as Flaherty was cutting to get open, and they're going to call a foul. But that wasn't on Flaherty, that was on Jillian Dunstan. The UCLA gets the ball back as they face some traps at half court by the Wolverines. They break it. Now it is Jordan Canada up top, guarded by Sierra Thompson, slowing down the pace of their offense. Now Billings in the right corner, back up top to Canada. Jordan Canada puts up a jumper, and that one falls. 73-65. 5:35 to go. Wolverines now on offense. They need to get something to go. Now Madison Rostovsky. She gets a screen from Thome. She's going to drive. Met by two defenders. She finds Sierra Thompson wide open in the corner. No good for three. Rebound by UCLA. And they're going the other way is Fields. Fields getting a screen by Billings, and she's going to go all the way. Her layup is no good, and the rebound is tapped out of bounds off the Wolverines. Possession stays with UCLA.
Back in the game now for the Wolverines is number 34, Boogie Brzezowski.
Boogie Brzezowski checks in for Sierra Thompson. The Bruins get the ball into Jordan Canada, who puts up a fader jumper. No good, and there's going to be a foul on the Wolverines on that rebound. That's on Jillian Dunstan. Second foul. Just a relief it wasn't on Hallie Thome. Billings passes it in. Up top to Jordan, back down low to Billings, who's going to go up strong against Jillian Dunstan and Hallie Thome. She draws the foul. Both defenders had their hands straight up. That foul is on Jillian Dunstan. She now has her third. Quick 2 fouls, and Billings will now shoot 2. Billings gets her first to fall and gives her team a 9-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the game. And her second one is good as well. Now Boogie finds an open Flaherty, but she is not able to hold on to the pass, and that ball goes out of bounds. Flaherty probably got a little too excited because she was wide open. But now the Bruins have the ball back with a 10-point lead. Fields now gives it back out to Jordan up top. Finds Billings down low, guarded by Thome. She puts up a jumper from the block, and that's good. 77-65. The Bruins pulling away in this one. Boogie Brzezowski guarded closely by Jordan Canada up top. She gives it to Rostovsky on the left wing. Rostovsky guarded by Korver. Up top, Flaherty. Flaherty trying to get open. She dribbles. She gets an open jumper, and that one rattles in. 77-67. The Wolverines needed that one. With 4:10, they are down by 10. And it's going to take a lot from the Wolverines to get back into this game, but they're not going to quit. It looks like the Wolverines are going to sub Nicole Munger back into the game, which means they're probably going into their full court press, which is an important thing to do. Create some confusion on UCLA's offense and maybe force a turnover. In for the Wolverines, we have Rostovsky, Flaherty, Dunston, Thome, and Brzezowski. Excuse me, Munger is checked in for Brzezowski. She is leading the press. And now it's Swain. She gets it past half court, passing it to Korver, but she is double teamed by Flaherty and Dunston. It looked like a charge, but they're not going to call it. The fans are not happy about that one, and Fields is able to get the ball and make a layup. Now Nicole Munger on the other end. She finds Thome down low. Thome working on Swain. Spin move. She gets the layup. Brings the Wolverines back within 10. Now Swain brings it across the timeline. She picks up her dribble. Gives it to Fields, who has an open lane to the basket, and she's able to get another 2 for the Bruins. Sierra Thompson. She gives it to Flaherty. Flaherty just inside the three-point line. She gets that to fall. 81-71. The Wolverines trying to stay in there. Pressure on defense. Canada to Billings. To Korver. Back up top to Canada. Guarded by Munger. But Jordan Canada is able to get past her defender, Nicole Munger, and go all the way to the basket. And that gives the Bruins an 83-71 lead with 2:45 to go in the game. There's going to be a timeout called. Kim Barnes-Arico has to be a little upset with the Wolverines' defense. The offense has done its job, but after they score, they just let the Bruins go down and score another basket. They're in their full court press, but not with the same enthusiasm that you usually see the Wolverines play defense with, letting their girls just get past them and cut to the basket. So it's going to be important that the Wolverines score on their next possession and then get a stop on defense if they want any chance of getting back into this game. They also have to be careful that they don't foul. Hallie Thome with 4 fouls and the team with 5, so UCLA is in the bonus. 1 foul, and UCLA will go to the line for 2. Danielle Williams now in the game for Jillian Dunston. She gives it to Sierra Thompson. She's looking for Flaherty, but she gets it to her, guarded by Fields. Flaherty up top. Gives it back to Sierra Thompson. There's not much movement on the Wolverines offense. Sierra Thompson gives it to Munger, who puts up a quick 3 from the corner, and she gets that one to drop. No nerves by the freshman. 83-74, and Flaherty gets the steal, gives it to Williams. Back to Flaherty for the long 3. That one rattles out. And rebound by Billings, and there's going to be a foul on the Wolverines, so Billings will go to the line. That foul was on Munger. It was only her first, but that wasn't a good foul considering the Bruins will now get 2 attempts at the line.
At the line on the shoot for UCLA is number 45, Courtney Billings.
She misses her first. So it is 83-74, 2:05 left in the game. She makes her second. It is now a 10-point lead for the Bruins. Sierra Thompson gives it to Munger in the right wing. Thome is posting up. Now it's given to Flaherty up top, who finds Sierra Thompson on the left wing. She's going to try to get some movement by her teammates, and she gives it to Flaherty, who has 4 seconds to shoot. Step back jumper. That one's no good. Good defense by UCLA on that play. And now Jordan Canada will slowly bring the ball up, try to drain some time off the clock for the Bruins. Now Corver, left wing. Top Fields. Now Swain, back up top to Fields. Fields going to drive behind her back. She falls, and it's going to be a jump ball. And the Wolverines get it back. Down by 10 with 1:11 to go. Danielle Williams to Sierra Thompson. Just bringing the ball up. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of urgency on this Wolverines offense. But they get it to Munger. Munger's going to drive. She puts up the floater. That one falls. 84-76 with a minute to go. The Wolverines pressing, but Jordan Canada is going to get past them all. And she's giving it to Corver in the corner. Corver back up top to Canada. The Wolverines really have to get a stop on this one. Down to Billings. Billings up top. Canada puts up the jumper. No good. Rebound to Sierra Thompson. With 30 seconds to go, the Wolverines down by 8. Sierra Thompson gives it to Flaherty. Flaherty looking like she's trying to get herself open for a three. She can't. She's going to drive baseline. She's met by 2 defenders. She finds a cutting Danielle Williams to Munger. Munger puts up the shot, and she is fouled by Billings. The Wolverines took a lot of time there on offense. And now there's only 15.5 in the game, 84-76. Wolverines would have to pull off a miracle to win this one, but they have played well and played tough against this number 20 UCLA team. Nicole Munger gets her first to fall. And her second one is no good. And UCLA Billings is going to go all the way down the court. She's going to seal this victory for her team, 86-77 with 8 seconds to go. And there is a foul on UCLA, so the Wolverines will have the ball on the sidelines. Down 86-77 with 8 seconds to go. Danielle Williams gives it into Sierra Thompson. We're going to try to get one last shot off for the game. Flaherty drives, step back, but her shot is blocked at the horn. And UCLA will go on to 5-2, only dropping games against South Carolina and Notre Dame. So the Wolverines, although they lost 86-77, they should be proud of their performance, coming off with losing 3 seniors last year who led the way in scoring against UCLA, but they were still able to give the Bruins a run. Flaherty with 20 points. She started to get hot in the fourth quarter. And then Hallie Thome, freshman for Michigan, leading the way with 24 points and 7 rebounds. She kept her team in this game. So the Wolverines should just be glad with the performance from Thome. They dropped their first game at Crisler, and they're now 7-2, facing their first ranked opponent for the season. So the Wolverines are looking to bounce back December 19th against Miami of Ohio here at Crisler at 2:30, and WCBN will have that call as well. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll leave you with a Go Blue.